The first card you have you passed is the Hierophant. So, okay, I'm getting a little bit of kind of bossiness around here. The Hierophant's kind of an authoritative figure. So I think someone thought they might have been a little bit of in authority over you, or they could tell you what to do. And, you know, as a Sagittarius, you buck against all of that kind of thing. No one tells you what to do. And yeah, I am getting this, don't tell me what to do. And I think that's what you were thinking. Don't tell me what to do. That's what I'm getting. Now, I think this has something to do with a work situation. I actually don't think it was someone at work that was saying this to you, though. I think it was probably someone outside of your workplace. But I think they might have been advising you about work. It was someone trying to really push you into doing something. And you were saying, no, I don't want to do that. Don't tell me what to do. That's what I keep getting. Don't tell me what to do. For one, I don't think they really understood what you were doing properly. They didn't have all the information. They didn't really understand what they were really telling you. I think they thought they were an expert in something. I don't know if they're older than you, but it might not be that. But I'm seeing some kind of outdated ideas or information, and they'll kind of say, oh, I know this, you do this, and you're thinking, no, that's not what it's really like. That's what I'm getting. You know yourself, you know about this subject. This is your job. You do this every day, so you know what you're doing. And I think you might get this a lot, actually, even from some random people, maybe. You know, it might be that you have the kind of job that people think they're an expert about. You know, teachers get this a lot. Nurses sometimes. I don't know if that's what you do. But, you know, this card can also be about learning or teaching. So it might be that. But you felt as if you had to be a little bit polite around them for some reason. I don't know if there's some kind of older relative or... for some reason you had to be kind of on your best behavior around them for some reason. I don't know why that was. Okay, so sometimes these kind of things, don't be mad at me, don't be angry, but you know, this is all about your job and your career. And I've been getting this feeling around you for a while that you're not quite happy in what you do anyway. And sometimes when these things hit a nerve with you, it doesn't mean that they're right and you're wrong. It just means that it's kind of like, oh, this person's talking about my job, and oh, actually, I don't feel that good about it. So have a think about that. It might be time to rethink something around work, something that you're doing around that. You might want to go into something else. So it's just have a think about that. I'm not saying they're right about what they were saying to you. I'm just saying that, you know, you might be getting some feelings about your work anyway. And that might be an indication to you to say, well, maybe I should explore something else. So that's just what I'm getting there. So just think about that if that resonates with you. All right, so the next card you have, you pass the Hermit. Okay, I'm actually seeing this quite literally. I think you wanted to be by yourself, and I think you were by yourself quite a lot. You just needed that, I think. It was just this, I just feel as if I need to be by myself. I'm just seeing something that's a little bit strange, but I think at this time of year, I think it might bring up some memories for you, actually. I think autumn and winter bring up something for you. I think actually at this time of year, it used to be the happiest time for you, actually, at one time. You know, you've loved this time of year. You always have. But then I think something might have changed for you at this time of year. Something happened. Someone was around you, I think, and then they weren't. Something like that happened at this time of year. It's like autumn, winter time, and then you start to get that feeling at this time of year, and it kind of reminds you of something. That's what I'm getting. So you don't have these kind of, well, you do have some, but your feelings aren't as positive about this time of year that they used to be. That's what I'm getting. You know, I think it is going to pass when this time of the year passes, and I think it always does for you. But I think that might be one of the reasons why you do feel as if you needed to be by yourself, and you probably do still feel a bit like that right now. You know, if you need to be by yourself, be by yourself. That's fine. People will understand. People that care about you will understand. And I think this time of year will always be a little bit difficult for you because something quite bad did happen. I'm getting that. It's around a person that you miss. That's what I'm seeing. It will get better for you, but it won't always be this raw. It is quite raw right now for you, I think. It will get better. I promise you it will as time goes on. So it won't feel quite as bad for you. That's what I'm getting. All right, so the last card you have your past is the Ace of Swords. Okay, so yeah, I think this is about your job. This is about your career. You have been trying to get into something new, I think. Maybe this is a business, it's a different job, it's something like that. You have had a lot of distractions around you. It's more than distractions though, I think it's about duty. You felt a duty to do this, that and the other thing, and that's made you kind of feel like, oh, I can't really explore this new thing because I have a duty, I have a lot of things I have to do. I think you do know what this is. I think you have this in your mind that of something that you'd like to do. You're not exactly sure of how or where or what, but you do have some things kind of buzzing around in your head as to what you want to do, I think. It feels a little bit like a tug of war. That's what I'm getting with these kind of different sides of the sword. It's like on one side I want this, on the other side I want that. That's what I'm getting, and you kind of have to weigh up the two sides. I'm actually seeing duty on one side, and then you've got this exciting other thing on the other side, and you can't quite get them together. That's what I'm getting. And there's a landscape under this sword. You probably can't see it. I'll just move it so you can see. There's a little bit of a landscape. There's mountains, and they're they're actually very barren. There's nothing growing on them. There's no trees or anything. So what this is telling me is that it's underneath the sword, so it's back there somewhere. So if you go back into your past and what you've always done, there's no excitement there. There's nothing growing there. You don't feel very happy about what you've done in the past in your job, and you kind of still continuing on from that, I think, and you're just not happy really. That's the kind of feeling I'm getting. And so you're going to have to do something new. I think that's what this is telling you. Do something different. Do this thing that you really want to do. It's very hard for you. I can see that. You know, I think you have a lot of ideas, and I think this is also telling me that you really should keep some of these ideas to yourself right now. Don't let them out now. I think you know that you want to do something new. You kind of have a bit of an idea of what it is, but you've got this know-it-all in the Hierophant, and you've got this Hermit as well, which is telling you to kind of keep things to yourself and be by yourself. So write the ideas down if you can, maybe in your phone or in a notebook or somewhere. Don't show them to anyone right now until you've kind of formed all your ideas properly, until you've got a clear idea of what you want to do. I think that's the message here. And I think gradually, as you keep on writing, as you do these things, as you let it out, all the writing out, eventually an idea will form, a path will form, or a map, and you'll know what you need to do. I hope that makes sense to you. So keep on writing all your ideas down, even if they're crazy, even if it doesn't make sense. I mean, that's what automatic writing is, when you're just writing without thinking, and eventually something comes out of that. So I think that might help you if you do that. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. The first card you have your presence, the Ten of Cups. My voice is really going now. I'm sorry about that. I'm very, very croaky. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I'm just going to keep going. So, okay, so yeah, obviously this is a very positive card. A lot of people love this card. It's a very traditional card as well. You know, some people love this card. They're like, yay, I love this. I want marriage. I want all this. I'm running toward this thing. But for other people, they kind of look at this very traditional setup that's on this card and they kind of go the opposite way. So it depends on the kind of person you are as to whether you like the look of this card or not. So I'm just looking at this, and I'm looking at the Ace of Wands, it's not the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Swords, sorry, and the Hierophant at the same time. So I'm looking at those three. And I was seeing this kind of tug of war between duty and what feels to you as freedom, which is this new career or this new thing you're thinking about. So you've got these two sides of the swords. You've got pressure around you as well. And there's a love connection here, obviously, which is what this is about. And I think this person that you're with might be a little bit traditional, or they might be on the side of, you know, do the right thing, do your job, don't do anything different, all of that. I don't think they're saying that to you, but I think you're getting that feeling from them that, okay, I think they'd like to settle down, they'd really like to have what's on this card. And a part of me wants that. This is what I'm feeling. A part of me wants that too, because I do want them and I do love them and I do feel very connected to them. But then there's this other part of me that's like, I don't want to do what's expected of me. I've got this other thing I really want to do. I want to break out of that. I want to break out from these expectations and do something different. So part of you feels like, if I follow these things that I'm supposed to do, if I kind of do the job, get married, stay there forever, la 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 la, all of that kind of, it might not be exactly that, but it's kind of the traditional road. Part of you feels fine about that. But the point is, you don't want to feel fine. You don't want to just feel fine about your life. You want to feel excited by your life. So that's where this contrast is. That's what I keep on seeing. So, you've just got to keep on searching for this thing. You can do this, you can compromise as well. If you want both things, you can have both. You can settle with this person and do this exciting thing at the same time. You can stay in a job and you can slowly get into the new thing as well. You don't have to do one or the other. You can do a bit of one while you're researching the other, while you're kind of working toward the other. So, and I think you should really chase this thing that you want. That's what I'm getting, because I'm feeling the excitement around that. And I think if you don't do that, if you don't chase that, or at least try to do that, I think you might end up feeling a little bit resentful, and no one wants to feel like that. So, if this resonates with you, keep on writing, keep on thinking, keep on working toward that path, and I think you will get there. And you don't have to do one or the other. You can actually have both if you want to, or you can have a compromise, or you can be more open with this person that you're with and tell them a bit more about what you want to do. But again, I think you're in the hermit mode, and I think it's not the right time for you to do this yet, for you to open up to people about this yet. And if that's what you're feeling, if that's what your instincts are telling you, go with that. But there will be a time for you to open this up to people. That's what I'm seeing. Okay, so the next card you have here present is the Four of Pentacles. Okay, so yeah, there's duty here again, duty around this whole reading. You might also have limited money at this time, and that might be another reason why you're hesitating. But you can start small, you can build up. You absolutely can, if that's what you want to do. So think about that as well. Don't let that limit you. The other thing I'm seeing here is someone who's thinking about you. And this is someone you've had in your life for a long, long, long time. They go way back. They go back for years with you, this person. I think they're at a distance. I think they're definitely at a distance from you now. You still had a very, very deep connection with them. Now, I think that's been severed, that connection. I don't think it's there anymore. I think it came to an end. And I think they put that to an end at some time. They might have been someone who was in a relationship with you. It might have been a long distance relationship, or they might have been apart from you for a long, long time. You do have positive feelings for this person. They're not around you anymore. Again, I'm seeing they cut contact. I think that's what's happened. The thing I'm seeing here is they still think about you. They absolutely still think about you. I don't think they want to still be thinking about you, but they are. They absolutely are. And I actually think there's some connection between this person here and this person that you're missing in the Hierophant card that I was seeing there. Not the Hierophant. No, where did I see that? Yes, in the Hermit card. Sorry about that. So, yeah, I think they're connected to that person in some way, or they were, or it might have been that you knew this person around the time that this other person was still in your life. I know that sounds a bit confusing. So I think they were a love connection with you once. Obviously, they're not now because you have this other person in your life now. What I'm seeing is they're trying really, really hard to concentrate on other things and not concentrate on you. They're money focused. I think they always have been. But yeah, they're even more money focused now and career focused because they're trying to concentrate on that and not on you. That's what I'm getting in that card. Excuse me. Okay, right, so the last card you have for your present is the Tower. So, yeah, this is what I'm picking up. There's a disconnect between you and your partner, this person I'm seeing in the Ten of Cups. And I think it's been like that for a while. I think you've been in hermit mode, you've had a lot on your mind. And I think you've also disconnected from them, not just them, but from other people as well, out of self-preservation. I think you felt a lot of duty, you felt a lot of expectation, you felt a lot of pressure, and you might still feel like that. You've had people telling you what to do, and you've got this feeling of wanting to be by yourself as well, just because it's this time of year and it brings up a lot of memories for you. Now, I think this person who you're in a relationship with, I think what's going to happen in this Tower card, I'm not seeing you actually completely splitting up, but I think they are going to want to have a big talk with you. And I think when they do that, I think you're going to have a struggle to, or you're going to struggle with really having a proper big conversation with them, because I think you have so much on your mind. You're so exhausted. I don't think you're really clear, your head's not clear enough to have this conversation. That's what I'm seeing. So I think what's going to happen out of that is you're going to have some time where you're probably going to be separated from them. Again, I'm not seeing a great big breakup, but I think this is going to be a little bit like a wake-up call to both of you, that you're going to have this time apart. Think about yourselves, think about your relationship, and then I think later on you are going to come back together again and have a proper big talk. Again, don't worry about this. I'm not seeing a great big terrible breakup or anything like that. But I think later on when you have this talk, you are going to reconcile, you are going to have a proper talk, and you are going to get back together. But while you're separated, use this time to get your thoughts together, get your head together, and then you could really talk openly about all your problems and theirs and all of that kind of thing. And also I think this is an opportunity for you to talk about your dreams and where you want to go. And I think you might find that this person will be a lot more open to what you want to do. They are a traditional person, I'm seeing that, but I think they'll be able to compromise. I think they'll be open to that. And I think because you've been keeping a lot to yourself, I don't think you've realised that about them. And they haven't known that about you either. So I think, this is really going to be really good for you, actually. It's going to open up a lot of things for the two of you. Now, it might just be that this separation is, a coincidence. It might be that you have to be away for some time, or they do, or something like that. But I do think there is some deliberate separation in this as well, because I think, or you might say to them, or they might say to you, well, okay, we're going to have this time apart, and let's use this time to kind of think about think about ourselves, think about the relationship and all of that, and come back together and have a talk. So it's going to feel a little bit like the Tower to you. It's going to feel a little bit like, are we going to separate? Is this going to turn into us breaking up? And it's going to feel like that for them as well. But I don't think that's what's going to happen in the end. So that's what I'm seeing in that Tower. All right, so the first card you have for your future is the Knight of Pentacles. So yeah, it's going to take some time for this all to take place. I think the separation to you might feel like a long time. This is the waiting card, or the kind of long card, the kind of I'm not doing anything, this feels like forever kind of card. And you're Sagittarius as well, so you don't like to have to wait for things. You don't like that. But I think it takes time. If you're going to rebuild something with someone, it takes time to do that properly. And towers usually come down because there's something wrong with the foundations, or something not right. But that doesn't mean you can't build up a new one, and you will be able to do that. But if you're going to build up a proper tower again, or a proper house or something again, or a relationship again, and it's going to be done properly, that takes time. It takes time to do that. So don't rush things. This is the slow card. Don't rush things, just let things happen naturally. That's the best way for them to happen. And I think if you do that, you'll be able to come back together in a really nice, calm, organic way. No one pushing anyone, no problems. That's the right way to go about this. And that's what this card's telling you. Don't rush things. Don't worry about this. Obviously, this isn't going to feel great when you're having this separation. But again, think of this as a time for you to get this space, get this thinking space. Think about where you want to go in this relationship, and also think about where you want to go for your career, because I think that's a big thing that you've got to sort out in your head. And then you've got to kind of reconcile the two, the relationship and that, and kind of whether you want to follow the traditional route or go in a different way, or whether you want to combine the two. All of the options are possible. You've just got to take that time and work it all out in your head. So that's what this space is going to help you to do. That's what I'm seeing there. All right, so the next card you have, your future, is the Page of Wands. Yeah, so I think this is probably going to happen in your more distant future. This is when you're going to start to get your drive back. This page wants to take action, and he's formed a plan. He knows where he wants to go. So this is after you've been through the Tower, you've been through the Knight of Pentacles, and you've formed this plan. You've got this map in front of you. If you look at the ground that he's standing on, it looks a little bit like contours. It looks actually like a map. When you have a contour map, when you have a map and it's showing the mountains, there's these little wiggly lines everywhere. That's what that looks like to me. So he's got this map. He knows where he wants to go. And that's what you're going to be like. You're going to be ready to go at the right time. But again, don't rush things. Just let it happen. The other thing I'm seeing here is, I think there's a message here. I actually think someone's going to need your help. It's going to come to you quickly, this message. It's like, I need help, I need help. And I think this might be about someone who you have a little bit of a difficult relationship with. Might be a relative, actually, and I think you might be traveling to see them to kind of help them out. Now, they're going to be okay. Things are going to be okay. I don't want you to worry about them. I'm just looking at this in the Tower as well, and I think, yeah, this is some kind of health problem. But don't worry, it's not going to be really terrible. You're just going to go to them and they're going to recover, and I think everything's going to be okay. But I think what's going to happen is, because of this thing, because of all this Tower and everything that's made you really think about your life and yourself and your relationships and everything in your life, I think this is going to bring you closer to this person. And it's interesting that this comes up in this time, because I think when we have these Tower moments, it really makes us want to assess or reassess a lot of things that are going on in our lives. So I think this is going to bring you a lot closer to this relative, and it's really, really good. I think it's going to be really good for both of you. I'm seeing a lot of shake-ups and wake-ups and things like that in this reading, but they're leading to better things. They're leading to much better things. So I don't want you to stress about that time. Sometimes we need to kind of shake everything up and then let it settle again for things to kind of settle into the right place. And I think that's what's happening in this whole reading.